Hi, Brad Ward here with Ward's Auctions, Edmonton, Alberta. August is all about man stuff. Our first sale for August is on the Sunday the 13th, and that'll start at 10 o'clock in the morning. And that is a closeout of a Tirecraft store and a Napa store. So there's lots of tires, as you can see behind me. There's going to be all kinds of parts and some equipment that we're going to get to as well. But first I want to show you some vehicles outside. I have a few vehicles, so we're going to just sort of highlight those. This is obviously not from the Tirecraft, but this is absolutely a gorgeous piece. There's going to be a lot of information on the website that you can see as far as photographs and scans and all sorts of stuff. But what we have here is a 1970 Buick GS that is done up as a GSX tribute. They've done a fantastic job on it. There's going to be a lot of information. There's an appraisal. Works out to about $40,000 Canadian for it, and that was just done a few years ago from Route 66 Appraisals. You can see how wonderful this thing is. It's running right now. Let me just get the throttle for you a little bit, see if we can hear it. It sounds fantastic. Runs like a dream. It's in factory colors, beautifully restored inside and out. Engine's purring like a kitten here. The body is straight as an arrow. And it's going to be just a dream to drive. And so that's one of the vehicles in the sale. This is obviously a feature piece of the sale, so I don't want to just brush through it, but at the same time, we got to move on. But there's going to be so much information and photographs on the website. Just take your time, look through it, and online bidding. By the time you've even seen this video, the online bidding will probably have already started. The sale, we'll get to the details of that when we're filming inside. We also have this Econoline van. I've just got some quick notes here. It's a 1988 Econoline, and it kind of speaks for itself. They're all about lot number 230 something. You'll be able to find it. But also from the tire shop is this 2002 F350. It's a 7.3 liter diesel. So it's running now. I'm not sure if it's going to drown us out or not, but 7.3 liter diesel. It's got about 300 and some thousand kilometers on it. All those details will be on the website as well, obviously. And then we have on the back of it, we're going to fire that up right now. Actually, if it we didn't really get prepped for that, so that might be a little. There we go. Honda powered generator. Cut it off. We'll just turn it off because that's going to probably really drown us out. There's also some bead braking tools that are going to be separate lots, and some heavy duty air tools, bars and so on. The rest of it's going to go with the truck. So just a brief look outside of what we got going on, and of course there's going to be $300,000 worth of tires and Napa inventory, and we'll cover that when we're inside. All right, we're back inside. I hope you love those vehicles. That car is just absolutely fantastic. We've got thousands and thousands of dollars worth of inventory. As you can see, all the tires here. It was from a more rural setting, so you're going to find a lot of heavy-duty stuff. And that includes tires. You got brand names. You got Michelin. You got Cooper. You got GT Radial. You've got BF Goodrich, Michelin, if I didn't already say that, Roadmaster. We're going to talk about sizes in a minute here. What are some of the other brand names? Toyo. Now, of course, everything's on the website, wardsauctions.com. Inventory is on there, sizes, if it's new. There are some used ones. I think all the used ones are at the end of the sale. But, I mean, obviously we did put in stuff that's worn out, but if it's got 75, 80%, some of them look like they might have been around the block once, and they're in the sale, of course. Big sizes. Again, BF Goodrich, we just talked about brand names for a minute here. Uniroyal. BF Goodrich, I think I mentioned that one already. And big stuff, big stuff. 22.5 inch stuff. This is 12 by 22.5. There's 11, 22.5. There's a lot of, or a combination on the big stuff between new and recap. And we've done a pretty good job, I think, of noting that in your catalog. So it'll be all there. There's 2s, there's 4s, in some cases 3s. There is just something for everybody, and there is some small sizes too. So it's not just just big stuff. There is a lot of medium-sized truck, a little bit of automotive, but there is some good big stuff. So make sure you're having a good look at the website. We're going to get you over to the other side over there and have a look at some of the inventory, and I'll explain how some of that's going to work. Okay, so as I mentioned, there's a lot of inventory. It's a tire store, so you're going to have a lot of brand new rims as well as the brand new tires. There is some used inventory as well. It's a little harder for us to work with the used inventory as far as letting you know what it is, because there isn't necessarily part numbers and so on it. But a lot of you guys are already going to know what the stuff is, which is great. When we did say what something is, and we did, as much as possible, we had access to the Napa website, the corporate website, or whatever you call it, dealer website, and we have the retail prices on what we could do. And that is not based on somebody's inflated number. That is strictly off the Napa internal service system that a dealer would use. We also, as much as possible, we kind of backtracked and put what it might fit. So keeping in mind though, big fat disclaimer here, if it says 2002 to 2016 Chev pickup truck, that doesn't mean it's going to fit every 2000 and so-and-so to so-and-so Chev pickup truck. It means that we've sort of narrowed it down through the website, but now you're going to have to, to help you, hit your Google or do whatever you need to do to try to narrow it down and see if it's going to fit your truck. So all the brand new stuff, and it's all labeled. There's lots of alternators and starters and so on. I also would be remiss if I didn't talk about the fact that August being all man stuff. So we also have on August 19th, the firearms sale. There's everything from your collector pieces to your brand new utility pieces to hunting rifles, lots of restricted, non-restricted. The website, by the time you're seeing this, is probably very updated for that sale as well. And that's on the 19th of August. So really a week after this tire and parts sale. There's brand new batteries all down here. Obviously we can't show you everything, but there's new batteries, lots of brake parts, the rotors and so on we did look up. Pads we put into lots of 5 sets. Didn't look up as far as what they go on yet. Doesn't mean that we won't get an opportunity, but if you look in the catalog, you'll be able to see lot number 322, the part number, what it retailed for, and possibly what it fits on. You still have to do your own homework. This is not, this is not a situation where you can come back the next day and say, well, this doesn't fit my car. Well, that's just the way it is. That's an auction. So we've done the best we can. You're still going to have to do your diligence. But look at these lots. Like this is 305. These are spark plug wires sets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's got to be 10 sets, 11 sets there. $140, $73, $101, $174, $51. There's $800 worth of stuff there retail. There's one lot. So they're nice big meaty lots. Obviously things like alternators, starters over here, water pumps, they're by themselves. They're individual lots. Lots of components here. If you have a little shop, these are thermostats and switches and all the rest of it. They're in larger lots. It's the only way we can work with it. Brake drums and rotors, if there's a pair, they're sold as a pair. In this case, there's 3. Retails for $218 each. We don't have written on here what it's for, but in the catalog it does. So they're being sold one at a time. You can see way off camera back there, more, everything from wheel hubs, front wheel hubs, rear wheel hubs, shocks. The air filters are in pretty good sizable groups. The fan belts are in large groups. And the other stuff that's a little bit more easy to identify is in smaller groups. Inside this cabinet, there's a couple of remote starters there that have, some of your lockout switches that you need and so on. There's lots of bulbs and little electronic goodies. There's sensors for tire pressure sending. And I think even a tool for calibrating them and that sort of thing. There's a whole set of glow plugs there. I think those are, there's got to be 8, 9 glow plugs there, and I'm pretty sure those are over $100 a piece retail. So nice, big, meaty lots. There is some tools. Would have been nice to have more, but that's okay. There's a whole big toolbox here filled with stuff. There is a Coates direct drive computer balancer right here, computerized balancer, all the attachments and so on you need. It's only 110 volts, so that's a really handy one. Even if you're just doing some backyard stuff, you can have a tire balancer, which is something that you're typically lacking. This is kind of interesting because, truthfully, we don't have 3 more of each of these. These were on display in the store, obviously. I think it would be really neat to just put in the corner of the man cave. Why not, right? And it just sort of looks fun, and not a lot else you can do with it. This snowblower is brand new. It's never It's never moved snow through it. Craftsman 9.5 horsepower, 27-inch snowblower. There's a MIG welder, there's an arc welder down there, there's a spring compressor. In here, we talk about the larger groupings, and in your photos, we didn't list all of these ones, it would just take forever. But in your photo on the website, you can look down and you'll see all the part numbers. It's all brand new Napa inventory, so you can look it all up. So there's going to be lots of, brake hoses, fittings, spring kits, all that type of stuff. And these ones are all front end components. I think this one is anyhow, front end components. So they could be small ball joints, they could be shims, or little tie rod ends or whatever. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head, but again, we've done a nice job, I think, of showing so you can see the part numbers and do some lookup of yourself. The place used to be a Ford dealership, so again, in your catalog, you're going to find a bunch of the essential service kits for Ford. You're also going to find at some point they must have been doing some small engine. So there's a vacuum gauge for Yamaha, set up your carburetors and so on. There is some small engine parts up front there. Lots of lubricants. These are the big 22-liter boxes of lubricant, different shapes and sizes of that one there. Heavy duty stuff. Remember, we're from a rural community, so you got lots of big brake drums and rotors. Some of them are matched up in sets, some of them are not, but they're cataloged appropriately. Some brand new rims. There's 3 of these that match, and there's one of the fatter ones, which I think is for the front steering wheels on some of your beefier like cement trucks and that sort of thing. Brake pots. The list just kind of goes on and on. You can't really do it justice just walking around here. There's everything from, there's drive axles. There is, of course, in the because it's a whole shop clear out, you've got all your components. These are in big lots, all your service supplies. So you know what it's like if you're buying Worth product, O-ring kits and C-clips and all that sort of stuff. You can set up your shop, boom, in one stop. There's a whole bunch of brand new batteries off camera over there. I mentioned the brake pads. So these are brand new sets, obviously. I'm not going to sell used brake pads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets in a lot. So 5, 10, 15, etc., etc. When we could find it with the retail prices on here, so you've got 94 and 94 and 164, $225 for that one set, 118, 175. Like, there's got to be $800 worth sitting right there, etc., etc. Filters are in big packs or bigger lots, especially for the automotive stuff. The big truck stuff, some of it is 1 or 2. So I don't know if there's much else I can tell you. It's going to be fantastic. Again, by the time you're seeing this video, it should be already on iCollector, so there will be the opportunity to do online bidding, and that should already be active by the time you're seeing this, or very shortly after anyhow. So wardsauctions.com. The live auction will be here in the building, which is 11802 145th Street in Edmonton, and that is on, I'm going to look at my notes here, Sunday, August 13th. We'll start at 10 o'clock in the morning. Preview that day, or that Friday on the 11th from 4 o'clock till 8 o'clock. Come down, do your diligence, make all your notes ahead of time on the catalog so that you want to double check a part number or whatever the case may be, find out if it fits your vehicle, tell your friends. There's even some stuff here we were looking up, some brake parts that go back to the 50s and 60s and so on. So you might have a use for some of that stuff. wardsauctions.com, I covered that. If you want to phone us, 451-4549, area code is 780, that's the office number. The firearm sale on August 19th, of course, coming up. And I think that pretty much covers it. Hope to see you all at the sale, and thanks for watching.